All right, guys, we are going to start another mixed coin hunt. I say start because I got all this from my local Chase, and it's obviously not as much as I would get at at banks that I went to out otherwise. So, yeah, and surprisingly, I actually got all this at my local Chase 2 different days this week. It seems like the tellers had gotten a lot of coins in, and so I was actually able to buy some of it because they're still not really letting me return. But luckily, I had gone to a previous bank and managed to return most of my coins, and that's actually been helping out a lot. I will say there are some pennies here, and this is actually not the only pennies that I got. I actually have $5 more in customer app pennies that all look like this. And I'm holding on to those just because this is going to be the start of a video, and I figure why not save that other $5 for the next time I do a mixed hunt. And that's actually the reason why I'm filming this now, is because I plan to get to a few other banks tomorrow. So yeah, so that's why I'm hunting these now. But yeah, so this and an additional $5 in pennies. So yeah, it's I think it's about $100 in quarters. Exactly $100 in quarters, actually. It is, I think, about $70 in dimes, maybe $80 in dimes, and I don't know, about 40 to $50 in nickels, and then obviously $2.50 in pennies. So we're going to get into it, and obviously, as you can see by the background, as I shared in one of my recent shorts, I have this white placemat that I'm going to be testing to use for this video. And honestly, the test is just going to be this video. Usually I would do a few test videos on their own, but I figure why not just make the test video the coin roll hunt. So I'm going to do this video, and if it looks like the mat isn't really doing any justice, I'm probably going to switch back to the Rob Finds Treasure mats, but I really hope this will work, because as I said in that short, also I do plan to use these in rotation with the Rob Finds Treasure mats. And if you'll also notice, I am not at my studio. I'm downstairs, which is going to be another change. Only occasionally, but as I said in a different short, I'm also going to be occasionally filming videos down here again. So lots of changes in one video. I apologize for that. Hopefully it's not too drastic. Let me know in the comments. But I'm going to get into it. I'm going to start with the quarters, and we'll work our way down in denomination. So a lot of the same type of rolls, especially with the nickels. So yeah, hopefully we get something good. Let's begin. Another thing I realized is this video might not necessarily be the best test because, as I said in the intro, I am filming down here, and the lighting with my flashlight is a lot more concentrated, so the lighting is a lot better down here. The real test is filming a video with this mat as the background upstairs. So it looks fine now. So this footage will be, fine to upload, but the real test will be when I use this mat for doing a video upstairs, and I also have more lights up there. All right, so I went through all the quarters and didn't find anything. The only things I pulled out were a 1966 that kind of like the toning on it. I like ones that have this I don't know, this look. I think it's cool. And then a Louisiana to check against my book. I don't have my album down here, so I'll have to check. But I'm about halfway through the dimes, and I got a foreign here. Looks like Canadian. Yep, Canadian. Right there. 2010. I almost said 1910. 2010. So, first official find. I'll actually put those up there. First official find. Glad we got something. So, yeah. Let's keep going. All right, so finished up with the dimes and didn't get anything else in there, but I'm on the very first roll of nickels, and I got an ender that's actually in decent shape. 1954 out of Denver. So first find in the nickels there. Let me just check out some other ones here that look older. '60s. I don't see anything else. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, I'm in the very next roll, and these two were almost back to back. Two more from 1954. More from 1954, both out of Denver as well. So that's three of the same year and the same mint mark. All right, I got actually a decent find here. I think the very next roll once again, and this is a pretty good find. It was actually reverse facing. It had a Denver mint, and I turned it around. 1942. 1942 Denver. That is definitely definitely a better date. So yeah, I'll take that. Let's keep going. All right, I'm a couple rolls later, and I see a couple things that look old. This one, nope. This one looks old. And here, it's gotta be old. Yep, 1940. 1940, in pretty good shape. So, first from that year so far. Let's see. You gonna be old? Nope. Maybe only one. Yep, I think only one. Alright. That's another find. Let's keep going. Alright, I got something that I don't typically find because I probably miss most of these when I go through nickels, but I noticed it this time. We got a 2009. 2009 out of Denver. I'll take it. Another find on the board. Let's just see if there's anything else in here. I don't see anything. But, yeah. We'll keep going. Alright, this roll had a couple finds in it. We got a 1958 out of Denver. And man, I'll say, it has been a while since we've gotten a find. We were killing it on those first few rolls, but it really died down. We only have 3 more rolls of nickels after this. And then we have a 1957 out of Denver, which will move right there. And then let's see if there's anything else. 60s. I don't see anything else, so we'll keep going. Alright, I've moved on to the pennies, and I did get one more find in the nickels that I didn't show. Another 1954 out of Denver, so we got 4 of those total now. But I'm in the first roll of pennies, and I see a Canadian right there. Canadian penny from 1969. I knew it was a little bit older based on the color. Well, that's got some nice toning. There's a 72. I'll check that for the DDO. It's a 1980. I'll check that for the DDO. Nothing else that I can see, so let's keep going. Alright, so we finished with all those rolls, and I mean, it went about as I expected. It's funny, I feel like I've been saying this a lot in the last couple of hunts, but the nickels really could have done better. Especially because, you know, in the intro I was saying that we only had maybe about $40 worth. We actually had, I'd say, at least $50 in nickels, which is half a box. And you'd think in half a box we'd get a few more finds than this. And the pennies too. I was kind of hoping to see another find, even if it was like another Canadian penny. But we only got one find out of almost a tray of half a tray of pennies. So I guess should consider myself lucky I got any finds in the pennies. But it was just a little bit under what I had hoped for, which has been the last couple hunts for me. But we did get some finds as far as the dimes. We did get that one Canadian dime from 2010. And then in the nickels, we got our oldest was 1940 out of Philadelphia. And then definitely the best find of the of this hunt is this 1942 Denver, which is almost a semi-key date. It's like I think it's like a couple million away from the 48S, so it's almost a semi-key date. Those are definitely a bit rarer. We got a stack of 54Ds. We got 4 of them. I'd say the second best find is this one, only because of condition. Ironically, this 54D is in fantastic shape, but the other 3 are all actually in pretty terrible shape. This one's worn, this one's got damage all over the rim, and this one's got a lot of dirt on it. So, kind of funny, we got 3 ugly ones and 1 amazing one. We got 157, 158, 1 from 2009, which kind of cool. I don't see those too much. And then that 1 Canadian penny from 1969. So, yeah, other than that, I got a couple ones that have some kind of cool toning. A 1966 quarter and this 1988 that kind of has some brick red. I like when coins get this kind of toning, even if it's just dirt that's sat on there for decades. I like when coins have that toning. It's cool. I got this toned shield penny, and then this Louisiana State quarter to check against the book. So definitely going to add some other footage onto this. Going to probably get out to a couple other, at least a couple other banks tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see what I can get. But yeah, that'll be the end of this clips, and I'll see you guys in the next set of clips. Alright guys, I'm finally filming another video. Haven't filmed anything in quite a while, mainly because lots have been going on right now. We've had the end of, the school year for other people in my family, and just lots of things have been going on. I've still been kind of feeling a little gross, so I haven't been filming any videos. Plus, I wanted to save these coins a bit for a better time, and just the last, I actually initially planned on doing this video 3 days ago, but we were out doing a bunch of things, and it took up the whole day. So I'm finally doing it now, and even now it's the afternoon, which I had hoped to do this video in the morning. So I mean, that just tells you. But yeah, we got another mixed coin hunt, and these are all from actually from Tacoma, which is the city that I had visited for those 1-year bank hunts that I do. Now, you'll notice I didn't post a video about that. Now, I will post a short explaining more of that. But, yeah, I'm pretty excited for this hunt because these I got from that area, and I only go to this area once a year. The only coins that are not from that area are some of these pennies. Some of these pennies are from my local Chase. But, yeah, I wasn't able to get a whole lot of pennies. Less than $10 worth, and I went to 3 different banks in a further area, so... But I do have some pennies for this hunt. I have this $5 here, this which is I think $6, and then these ones which have X's on them that I was originally just going to try to return, but I dumped a couple rolls out and saw a few Canadian edges, so I thought I'd just include them. But the other thing I'm excited for is the dollar coins, because I had gotten some other loose dollar coins from another bank, and I had just decided to hunt those and return them. And the next bank had some dollar coins also, so I had just traded mine for the ones they had, and as she was handing them to me, I saw a really good find in there. I'm not going to reveal what it is, I'm not going to reveal what it is, but I will say it is not an innovation dollar. It's not an innovation dollar, but it is a really cool find, something I haven't found in a while, and we'll hunt those live so you guys can see that. I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna go through those obviously, and then I have one $half, which is a bicentennial, so not anything special. But I'm gonna start. Yeah, I'm gonna look through those dollar coins. Then I'm gonna start on the. I'm gonna start on the quarters and work my way down in denomination. I did get some additional nickels, but I had gotten almost $100 in nickels. So these machine wrapped ones here, I'm saving. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna get into it, and I'll show you guys what is in there and see if there's maybe anything else in there. Alright, so, as I said, the $half, just a bicentennial, so I'll set that aside. Let's go through these, and we'll zoom it in a bit, and see if there's anything interesting in here. Now, I will say, I am using this white mat here, and it looks like it's coming out pretty good. So I will still be using the Rob Finds Treasure mats because, it's one of those things where if I still have my own old phone, I'd probably use this one exclusively. But because I got a new phone and, the problems that I had gotten over time from my old phone, obviously aren't going to be there right now. I am going to use this interchangeably with the Rob Finds Treasure mats. So just looking at these, I don't see anything particularly crazy. I don't know how far down the coin is, but you guys will... It'll be very easy to see, which might be a hint. Yeah. $79D. Oh, yep, there you go. And I think you can tell by the look on that that is a proof. And I have not found one of these in a while, and I'll say one of the very first proof coins I ever found was actually a presidential dollar back in 2019. Other than it being a presidential dollar, I did not see the design, so Herbert Hoover. That's cool. Not only is that a proof dollar coin, but it is also an NIFC proof, because Herbert Hoover is one of the NIFC years. Let's see if we can identify the date. 2014. 2014S. I will take it. That is a pretty good find, and because I am not using the Rob Finds Treasure mats you can get in some videos, I'm kind of just gonna put the finds where they would be. So yeah, nothing else in the dollar coins, but that is a good find. We seeded the hunt. Hopefully it's not one of those hunts where we seed the hunt and then don't get anything else. So I'm gonna start on the quarters. I am going to start with these custom wrap ones, and I will say the other thing I forgot to mention in the intro is kind of the totals of everything. So it's $190 in quarters. We have I actually went really heavy on dimes this time. I think it's over $150 in dimes. I think it's about $60 worth of nickels, maybe 65. And then about $15 in pennies if you include these ones that look like they're already hunted. So yeah, I'm gonna get started with the quarters, and I'll let you know if we get anything interesting. Alright, well, this is really exciting, guys. I am on... So, I finished with the custom wrap quarters, and didn't find anything in there other than a really nice Alaska quarter that's going to go in my uncirculated quarter set. It's not the extra claw. But this is really exciting because we have silver. It was one away from being an ender also, right there. And it looks older. I think it's probably still a Washington quarter, but with that rim. Hold on, let me pick a few coins up. Look at that. That has to at least be, I'd say, in the 40s. So the cool thing about this is It's, I think, my second silver quarter of the year, and I haven't found a silver quarter in a machine wrapped roll in quite some time. The other one I found this year was in a custom wrapped roll. So let's see. Look at that. 1942 silver quarter. 1942 Philadelphia. And that is also the oldest one I have ever found in a machine wrapped roll. I have found the other oldest one that I found in a machine wrapped roll is a 1958. So this is by far the oldest one I have found in a machine wrapped quarter roll. So that is awesome. That is so awesome. 1942 out of Philly. And this is, this is worth about, I don't know, at least $10 to $12 with current silver prices. So that is an awesome find. Old silver quarter found in circulation. And I will take it. I don't see anything obvious, but let's keep going. Alright, first I want to say that I apologize for the lighting right now. My desk is right in front of my window, so it's giving that ugly blinds effect right here. But I went through all of the dimes and didn't find anything. That was really, really disappointing. All those dimes, over $150 in dimes, I didn't find anything. And the funny thing is, I was realizing how disproportionate it was, because I didn't even have $200 in quarters, but I had over $150 in dimes. So that was a very surprising result to get something in the quarters and not in the dimes. But I moved on to nickels, and I'm in the very first roll, and I got a 1954 out of Denver. All right, first find since those first two finally. Oh wow. Somebody massacred that one. I don't see anything else, but yeah, let's keep going. All right, I am, I think, 3 rolls into the custom wrapped. I have 5 more rolls of the custom wrap left, and I got a 1949. Oh, 1949S. It's funny. I did see this coin first from the reverse, but it didn't click to me that it was a San Francisco. Because I had seen it by the reverse, and then I had looked at the date and saw it was a 49, and it is not focusing. But, yeah, that's a semi-key date, so I will take it. I don't see anything else in here. Whoa. More with some paint on it. I don't see anything else, though, but, yeah, let's keep going. Alright, so I had finished with the custom wrapped, and I had gotten 2 more finds, so I thought I'd just show them when I got my first find in the machine wrapped. I got a 1959 Denver. I'll just stack these for now, although I'll keep the 49S separate. And then 52 out of Philly, and then this first machine wrap roll, or actually second machine wrap roll, got a 1954 Denver. So, well, actually, I guess I will keep them kind of like this. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, guys, I'll be honest, these nickels actually haven't been that great so far. I've gone through, I don't know, maybe about 10 rolls or so, and I haven't really found a whole lot. I did find a 1956 out of Denver that's really dirty. But yeah, I haven't found a whole lot, but man, I am so happy that this continues to happen because, as you guys know, I still haven't found an adequate source to get nickel boxes. But I am so happy that I'm still getting machine wrapped rolls, and I'm so happy that I can still get buffaloes. Right there, it was only 3 away from being an ender. I dumped it out, and it was right there. We got a buffalo. And this one might be dateless, honestly. Let's zoom in a bit. There might be something there. Oh, there is a mint mark. There is a mint mark. Let me look with my loop. San Francisco mint mark, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But it's hard to see a date. At first I thought it could have been 1917. I don't know. I can't see a date, even with the loop, so, we might nick-a-date this one. I think that's a San Francisco mint. But either way, buffalo nickel in the rolls. I will take it. Ooh, that is an awesome find. Fantastic. Alright, I'll put that up there with the 49S. Let's just see if we have anything else in here. Is that something? Nope. 60s. Alright, yeah, another nice addition to the board. Let's keep searching. Alright, very next roll, and I got a couple things that look old. This one is a 50-something, and that one looks older too, so let's see what this one is. 53. 1953 out of Philly. So that's another in the 50s, and then gotta be old. Yeah, that has to be old. 40s, 1947, out of Denver. So, yeah, that's actually our first in the 40s, other than the semi-keyed 8. So, yeah, let's keep going. All right, I got 9 rolls of the nickels left, and I had gotten a 1958 in one of the previous rolls out of Denver. But I got a 40s here. Another in the 40s. 1941 out of Philly. I will say, one thing I want to note about these coins, the machine wrapped ones, is that it's a mix of Loomis and Brinks. I have, especially with the nickels, it's true with the quarters, and the dimes, and the nickels. They're a mix of both Loomis and Brinks, so they are from different boxes. But, yeah, let's keep going. Although I will say, the Buffalo I got in the Loomis rolls, and looks like I have more of those, so we'll see. Alright, I got 4 more rolls of the nickels left, and I got another 1949. Out of Philly this time. So another oldie. Right there. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, well, I did not see this by the edge. I only have 2 rolls of nickels left, and I did not see this by the edge. But we have silver. Yeah, I didn't notice it, but we have a silver nickel, and it has a Denver mint mark, so I hope that it's a 43D, because that's the rarest of the war nickels. Let's see. Nope, 1945. Still though, that's a silver nickel. And I'm always any time, any hunt where you can get more than one. Whoa. What is happening? Okay. Any hunt where you can get more than one silver coin is a win. So that is awesome. Awesome. Yeah, nickels and quarters. It seems like in my most recent few mixed hunts, nickels and quarters seem to be the providers of most of the finds. So awesome! Another great find. 2 more rolls of these left, and then we have some pennies. So hopefully the pennies are decent. A lot of them are the same type of roll, but yeah, and some of them I got from my most local chase. So hopefully, other than these ones, hopefully we don't have a lot of searched pennies. But yep, let's keep going. Never know until you find out. All right, I have one more roll of nickels left, and I got an oldie. It was hard to see because it is so dirty, but I looked close, and it is a 1939. So let's see if there's a mint mark. I almost hope there isn't a mint mark, just by how gross it is. Nope, no mint mark. But 1939. It's been a while since I have found one of those. Yeah. Last many times actually I've hunted nickels. It has been quite a while since I found a 1939 nickel. It's dirty, but it's an oldie, so I will take it. A few good finds in the last couple rolls of nickels, so we got one more roll. Let's keep going. Alright, so I finished with the nickels, and on the last roll, I guess I should have filmed it, because it's a 40s, so I don't know why I didn't film it, but a 1948 out of Denver, so getting a good mix of 40s, even though we only have a couple. And I decided to just go through those five or so rolls of ones that looked like they were searched, because I knew there wasn't going to be any wheat pennies in there, but I did see a couple Canadian pennies, so 83 and 95 Canadians. And then in this roll, I noticed a Canadian here from 1979, and I also noticed a wheatie. So right there, we're gonna get at least one wheat penny. Looks pretty good. Yep, 1954 out of Denver. So we got a wheat penny. That's a good sign. Hopefully, although all the other rolls are a different type, so we'll see. But yeah, let's keep going. Alright, I was getting a little worried because we had been through 5 rolls, but I got another Canadian and another wheat penny. Got Canadian right here. Looks newer. 1992 is one of those dual date ones. And then right here looks like maybe it was cleaned a little bit. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. I did not expect that. I did not expect it to be that old. Wow. That is an awesome coin. That's an oldie, too. 1930S. Yeah, it just looked clean to me. That is a great find. That is an awesome find. I don't think, even though it's early 30s with a S mint mark, I don't think this is particularly rare. I do have one, but, oh man, imagine if this was 1 year later. That would be a key date coin. But that is an awesome find. I was thinking that, and I think I was actually saying this in one of my recent shorts, that I'm really wanting to find some more old wheat pennies because, I know that pennies are going to get harder and harder for me to hunt, so the chances for getting older coins is not going to be nearly as common. So that is awesome. I will take that. Let's keep going. All right, I got another wheat penny. A couple rolls later, right there. It was actually date side up. I had uncovered it right here. 1945 out of Philly. So yeah, we got it's kind of cool because we got the 30s, 40s, and the 50s covered now. Let's just check the rest of this. All right, let's keep going. All right, so we finished with all those rolls, and it was definitely a good hunt. I will say the pennies unfortunately didn't give up any more wheat pennies. We only got the 3, but I mean, I'll take it. We did get an oldie, so I guess that, you know, that's the most I can ask for. And as I said when I used to hunt boxes of pennies, I'm okay getting less wheat pennies if I can get an oldie. So I'm okay with that. I will say I did get a few more Canadian pennies, but since we weren't getting any wheat pennies towards the end, I thought I'd just pull them out. We got a 2000, a 87, and a 72 in pretty good shape. I remember this one. One of the rolls was very, very, it had a lot of really dirty, like every single coin in the roll was dirty and nasty, so kind of strange. But yeah, so we got, how many in total is this? We got seven Canadian pennies, so we definitely did good on there. No real old ones though. No young heads, no King George, but we did get 7. I guess continuing on with pennies, we got that 1954 out of Denver. We got one in the 40s, 1945 Philly, and then definitely the find of the pennies, and 1930 S, which I do have, but old wheat pennies I imagine are going to be few and far between for me, so I will take it. Nice. That is a great find. And then as for nickels, I'll go from newest to oldest. We got 1 from 59, 1 from 58, 1 from 56, 2 from 54, 1 from 53, 1 from 52, and then we got 2 from 1949. One was a semi-key date, 1949S, so I'll take it. 1 from 48, 1 from 47. We got that war nickel, which I am ecstatic about. Silver nickel. I feel like that hasn't happened in a bit, getting a silver nickel. So 1945D. There you go. 1 from 1941. We did get 1 from 1939. It's pretty dirty, but it is a 30s nickel. And this buffalo nickel, which I probably will need to nicodate. So before I end this video, I probably will I will scrutinize it a little bit more and see if I can identify. It definitely has a San Francisco mint. So it'll kind of, I really want to make sure I can not see a date before I nicodate it, because I don't want to nicodate it and it having a San Francisco mint and it being a little more rare. So yeah, so I will scrutinize that, but I'll probably end up having a little nicodate segment at the end of the video. And then we got the silver quarter, which probably is my favorite find. Probably I would say in my opinion is the find of the hunt, mainly because the proof, proof coins are nice, but I knew that was going to be in there. And the buffalo nickel and the silver nickel are nice, but silver quarters are a lot harder to come by, just in general. They're just not as common to find coin roll hunting as they are with dimes. Although, speaking of dimes, I will say that was kind of sad. I definitely thought we might get at least a foreign coin in there. In fact, the only thing I pulled out in the dimes at all was 1970 Philly, which I don't see as much. Proof reverse. We even those we only got one of. So those were definitely some not so good dimes. And we had even gotten the silver quarter, and we had a few machine rolls, so I thought maybe, but yeah. So I would say this is my favorite find, because Silver quarters just don't happen often, and it's my oldest one I've ever found in a machine wrapped roll. So I'll take it. 1942 out of Philly. And then obviously the proof, which we knew about from the beginning, a Herbert Hoover NIFC proof 2014 S. So I don't find too many of these. The hardest denominations for me to find proofs in are definitely dimes and pennies, but quarters are by far the easiest. Nickels are definitely the second easiest. This is probably the third easiest. Although I do find half-dollar proofs occasionally. But, yeah, beautiful. It's in pretty good shape, too, for being in a loose batch of dollar coins. So, it was a good hunt. Definitely, I do wish that the pennies produced a bit more. And the dimes were kind of sad for how many we had. But, I mean, I'll take it. 2 silver coins, a proof, a buffalo nickel, an old wheat penny. You can't really get too much better than that. So it was an awesome hunt. Was kind of worried that it'd be one of those hunts where we'd seed the hunt and then not get anything else cool, but we got a bunch of cool finds. So awesome hunt, and I do have some more rolls of nickels. I didn't include all of them in the hunt, so we got a buffalo and a silver. So hopefully the rest of these have something interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. I don't really have anything more to say. So awesome hunt, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, so I got the Nicodate kind of station set up right here. I'm gonna do it like this, so I'm gonna put the camera down here and Nicodate it. But I just wanted to say that I forgot to mention some of the other side finds I got. I think I might have mentioned a couple of these, like some of these state quarters, and I think I mentioned this coin, but I'll just mention them in the same clip when I'm doing the Nicodate. Just while I'm here. So, as I talked about, the only thing I pulled out in the dimes was a 1970 Philly proof reverse, which I don't find the Philly ones as much, but you can tell. And I don't know if I've explained this before, so I thought I'd explain it. In 1969 and 1970, I believe. I know 1970. I think 1969 is one of them too. The 1969s are a bit more rare, but basically, in a normal 1970, there's not supposed to be any detail on the torch right there. You see those little 2 lines right there. On a normal coin, those are not supposed to be there, but in 1969 and 1970, they accidentally made a few, quite a lot of them actually, with an accidental reverse of 68 proof, which has the extra torch lines. So that's basically what that is. It is technically a variety, but it's kind of like the extra claw Alaska quarter, and that these are pretty common. In fact, I almost have an entire roll of them, but they do sell for maybe $1 or $2 on eBay a piece, and I'm trying to create a roll of them to sell them as a roll. So yeah, but, relatively common, but I mentioned that briefly. And then we got these 2 kind of messed up ones that I think are funny. This one I think is funny because you can kind of see his little face peeking through. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. I always wonder how things like that happened. And then this one, which, I don't know. I kind of like weird beat up ones like that. And then I also have this 2001, which is really interesting because it looks like it might have a die crack. As you can see right there, it starts... oh man, I really like this new camera, by the way. As you can see, it starts kind of in front of his forehead, and I think even goes into his forehead a bit. I think that might be a die crack. And it's in really good shape, too. 2001 Philly. Either way, I'm going to hold on to it because... I don't know. I definitely don't have one that's nice. But yeah, that looks like a die crack to me. It doesn't look like a scratch. Yeah. I don't know, kind of interesting. It's very small. But yeah, so... and then these 3 state quarters, which I'm going to add to my uncirculated state quarter book, my second set that I'm trying to make. Anyway, enough of that. So let's get this set up here. Hopefully I can do it right. So I have some cotton swabs as well. You have to be really careful with this. Realistically, you should use gloves, but as long as you keep it away from your hands for the most part. So All you need is one little drop. The mistake a lot of people make is they put way too much on there. I don't know how that light's working for you. Hold on. We can turn on some additional lights. I'm trying to turn on some additional light. I don't know how hard it might be to see. But, yeah, so you just leave that on there for, I don't know, at maximum 30 seconds. And, alright, let's see. Let's see if we can maybe... It's harder to do this because I have longer fingernails. Oh, I think it's coming through. What? Is that what I think it is? Holy crap, dude. Hold on. That's a 1921. That's a 1921. Well, and the only mint mark they made in 1921 is an S. Holy crap, dude. This is clear, yep, clear as day. Ugh, I did not expect that. This is a key date Buffalo nickel. This is the third key date Buffalo... Actually, no. The fourth key date Buffalo nickel I have found. I found the 1921... I actually found a 1921S in a $1 Buffalo nickel bin in my local coin shop, which I actually went to again recently. But I found a 1921S in a $1 Buffalo nickel bin. And but that wasn't coin roll hunting. I found the key date Buffalo nickel, a 1913S variety 2. And I found a 1931S, and then another time I found a 1914D. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Now, the other 1921 I found wasn't nickedated, but that's a no-doubter. They didn't make... I don't think they made any 1921Ds. Hold on, let me get my book. I don't think they made any Denver. That is blowing my mind right now. That is absolutely blowing my mind. Hold on. I thought this was just going to be like... I honestly thought it was going to be a teens. Nickels. Yep. Yeah, they didn't make any Denver 1921s, so the only mint mark this could be is a San Francisco. So, according to the Blue Book here, in G4 it's a $40 coin. Now, obviously, adding Nicodate drops the value by about 80%. So, unfortunately, this is only really worth about $5, maybe. But I don't even care. I found one in a $1 Buffalo nickel bin, and I found one coin roll hunting. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Well, when I ended the video, I was saying that the silver quarter was the find of the hunt, but this is definitely the find of the hunt. And you can see it clear as day. 1921, and that is definitely a mint mark down there. I don't know, it makes me want to... You know what? I've decided, just to confirm that that is a San Francisco mint, I'm going to nicodate the back a little bit, because I don't think there's anything about, like, losing more value the more you nicodate it, unless you, like, totally wash the whole thing. So, just to confirm, I'm going to nicodate the mint mark area, and I'll get back to you. Alright, I confirmed it. Look at that. That is seriously insane. Well, anyway, I thought this this last clip would just be a buffalo restoration video, but my fourth key date buffalo nickel I found, and my second 1921S I've gotten. Well, anyway, that's gonna be the end of the video. Yep. One of my crazier finds this year. And, a fantastic hunt overall. I'll see you guys in the next one.